Invincible finally returns, folks, and I'm here to give you my review of episodes 1 through 4, part 1 of season 2. Let's get into that right now. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we are going to be reviewing Invincible Season 2, episodes 1 through 4, which they are calling this Part 1, which means Part 2 is going to come at some other time. Of course, we will review that once it releases. But yes, this is my review of episodes 1 through 4, Part 1 of Season 2, which episodes 1 premieres on Prime Video November 3rd, and a new episode releases weekly. So yeah, we all been waiting for Invincible to a point that I almost forgot about it. And with so much other animation, adult animated work that's just been coming out, I was a little worried about Invincible because I was like, you know what? It may lose that very like specialness that it has. You know, it's unique. And yes, we got the Boys Diabolical, we got Blue Eye Samurai, which is something that just really blew my mind. And honestly, I'm just gonna keep it 100. I thought Invincible was like the top tier of like brutality in terms of adult tones and animation, but Blue Eye Samurai, I definitely think this was much more brutal than Invincible was. And I will even say, by watching the first 4 episodes here, I still do believe that. So like, yeah, this one is more brutal and bloodier than the first season, but Blue Eye Samurai I still think is probably the most brutal and bloodiest adult animated series out right now. But you know, let's not take nothing from Invincible, because Invincible has amazing characters, but you know what Invincible does best, and which no one's touching this, is its voice acting cast. And you even adding the likes of Jay Farrell on this. You got Sterling K. Brown, who comes in as one of our favorite characters if you read the comics, and Angstrom, excuse me, who, this dimensional traveler here, who's seeking revenge. Yeah. And I did appreciate kind of seeing this story, because it's been a while since I read the Invincible comics, but I will tell you that like this character, they fully fleshed it out within these first few episodes, and I thought they did a good job introducing us into one of the most popular villains within the comics here. But beyond that too, voice acting cast, a lot of the folks, you know, from before obviously returns. But Steven Yeun, obviously, as Mark, that's the highlight here. He really gets into it. And I also will mention that like Sandra O, who, yes, we know how great she is, but having Sandra O cry in the episode, I was like, okay, Robert Kirkman and Simon, what are y'all doing here? Like, come on now, don't do that. We all love Sandra, but you know, the reason why she cries is because everyone's sort of adapting now. Omni-Man's gone, and what is life with Omni-Man, the father and the superhero, gone from Earth? And Mark continues to have to prove that he's not his dad, he's not like his dad, and also on the superhero notion that he is truly invincible. So like, he's getting challenges left and right. And then his mother, you know, she's just, everything that she thought was true is a lie, and she's having to come to terms that Omni-Man is not as good as a person that she believed him to be. Society's all making it very clear. She's also trying to do the work for herself, but the reality is, like, he was, as much as we as the viewers know, she's starting to discover that. So yeah, you're getting that. And then, you know, with these first 4 episodes, you were getting a threat, as I mentioned. Angstrom being there is one of the new villains, but then the big question is, where's Omni-Man? And I will say that once Omni-Man is reintroduced, it was really good to kind of get the story as to where he been, what he was doing, all sorts of other backstory and details about Omni-Man's absence from Earth. And with that, it doesn't come easy. And he, you know, Omni-Man is a prick. That's just what it is. He's a prick. And, you know, no matter if there is anybody out there that may be king to him, He's just going to continue to prove you that he's a prick here. So you get that. You also get an episode where it focuses on Alan, and you get Alan's backstory. So like, it's really, really interesting to see Alan's backstory and events after that is what I would say. So yeah, you're getting a lot. I'm telling you, in these first 4 episodes, you're getting a lot. As you know, these episodes are an hour each, and they truly feel like they're almost could be as long as 2 hours with just so much detail that you're getting. But even with that, you are going to get a lot of like details in terms of like the whereabouts or the status of particular characters from season 1, like Donald being one. What's up with Kate? What's up with Immortal? Martian Man? You know, you're getting a lot of different, you know, updates and statuses of folks. And then there's also even a post-credit scene as well in episode 2, so you want to keep an eye out for that. So, you know, there's really a lot that's going on, and they really get things into gear very, very quickly within these first 4 episodes. I mean, I couldn't even imagine that it was only for 4 episodes of how much detail they put into the arc here. And then there's also some other little funny. I mean, like, obviously the comedy's there, the humor's there. You're going to get all that. Giant being hilarious, shall I say. But I also think, too, that, you know, with Invincible, with the fandom behind Invincible and the popularity with Invincible, this is still even a good time for anybody who had not checked out season 1 to get into it. I think this season, for the first part, really kicks into gear very quickly, tells some good stories, introduce you to, you know, characters that were there in season 1, but also giving you a lot of backstory to some of these characters that that they had not initially give you the stories to. So, you know, whether you have checked out season 1 or not, I think definitely this is a good time to invest into it. And again, if you are a big fan of adult animation series, you know, as I mentioned, The Boys Diabolical, Invincible, Blue Eye Samurai, this one, yeah, this season definitely gives you your fix. Again, I do not think it's the most bloodiest and brutal of the shows that's available right now. Blue Eye Samurai is fantastic, but this is still very, very good. The characters, the voice acting, you really can't touch this voice acting crew. I don't even need to go down the credits. You go look. There is a list that you cannot even believe that they can afford it. But I did have an interview with Robert Kirkman at New York Comic Con, and I did mention it, and he makes it very clear, like, hey, it's good to have friends in good places. And indeed, and Robert is just fantastic alongside of his showrunner and executive producer Simon, who's also a part of The Boys Diabolical. They just work very good together. They keep giving the fans what they want. They keep extending this voice acting crew, and they're just telling good stories with it. Yeah, like, sure, it's superheroes, and the whole thing about Invincible is about superheroes with repercussions, but like at the same time too, you know, when it comes down just for the action or the heart, the family into it, I mean, Mark is graduating, and so like with him trying to figure out, you know, the big world that's beyond that, his father's gone, his girlfriend, you know, working with his mother who's completely suffering. She's just suffering all of these episodes. I mean, you're really hitting all of those different things. I mean, we all graduated high school and we knew how scary the world was graduating high school. Mark still has to experience that, along with dating, along with having to prove everybody that he's not his father, but also at the same time that he is truly is invincible. So listen, if I haven't convinced you already, you probably already wanted to check it out, but I'm telling you right now, if you are looking for your next fix, this is it. November 3rd, you're getting the first episodes, new episodes weekly, 4 episodes in the first part. I don't know how many's in the second part, but I'm here for it, regardless if it's only 1. I can't wait. I need more Invincible. And I don't want to be waiting forever, man. Come on, Prime Video. This was a long wait since season 1. But nonetheless, once you start watching, you just forget all that because it's really that good. It really, really, really is that good. So be ready to be surprised. Be ready for jaw-dropping moments. Some of the plot development, some of the surprises. Episode 4 is just, I didn't even tell you anything about episode 4 because anything I tell you about it is a complete spoiler. But there's a lot at stake in episode 4. It is a massive fight, and even if you thought any previous fight was like the best fight you ever seen. Wait till you get to episode 4. Yeah. yeah. Anyway, folks, check out Invincible Season 2, Part 1, episodes 1 through 4, as they are going to be releasing weekly. Episode 1 is dropping November 3rd. Get in the comments, folks. Let me know your thoughts about it. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.